Now this is a surprise. A machine and embroidery. So let's take a look at what you get. So what lovely things do we have in here? It's got a pocket on the outside, which is splendid. And then inside, it's got the embroidery mechanism and the ability to store all the different hoops. So I have additional hoops, these magnetic hoops that I also use. So I keep those in there, and they have the templates. Bobbins, tweezers, ability to different parts for the machine, and then underneath all of the other hoops, including a third magnetic hoop. So this machine is big. Oh yes, one of the little lovely surprises in this is that little drawer there where you can put your bobbins and the hoop clips, and also an extra pencil for the touch screen, and then some clips or some spool holders. You can see the size of this machine. It has some big hoops, very deep hoops, including this rather large jumbo hoop here. And that's a pretty big hoop. So this is the hoop that goes. And what's nice about these hoops is they have this extra clip, so once you adjust it for your fabric, you can just open and close it. It's a quick release, and it's very, very convenient. And of course, the art of this is how to put these hoops back in every time. It's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. There's not really any right or wrong. It's just has to be done so that the mechanism, the embroidery mechanism, can lie flat in there without any problems. So, I shall later. That's not quite right. There, that's better. So that's a little bit more flat. There, and then I can put these here, and then zip it back up. Okay, let's go on to the machine itself. So onto the machine itself. So the first really nifty thing about this machine is it comes with this thread stand, which fits on the back of it, and I'll show you how that works. And what you can see about this is it actually holds these jumbo industrial size rolls. Here's a fairly large, fairly standard domestic size spool, a larger spool, jumbo spool, and then a different type of spool. And it takes smaller ones as well. That's why we've got all those thread holders. So let's open up the machine here, and the first thing we'll do is we'll pull out the foot controller, typical standard size, very similar to my Husqvarna Viking. But this one's neat in that it's got this spring-loaded mechanism to retract the cord, so it sits in here, which is pretty neat. So put that there. It's got the knee controller, fits in the side of it, and of course the magic power cord. I suppose I could put the power cord in the front pocket, but it fits in here fine. And it's got a handle coming out of the case. This is not a light machine. I was surprised at how heavy it is. It's a bit of a heavy sucker. And then we have, so this is a hard case, and I tend to put it back into the carrying case. And then we have the loving machine. So what's neat about this, and I'll move the camera closer, is what's neat about this is we have the front drawer, and it's got this layer pulls out, and you can store some bits underneath, which I haven't done yet, extra feet and stuff. It's got the seam jumper, buttonhole contraption, plus the needle helps you sew the needle. Lots of bobbins here, and lots of feet. Let's put this back in here. And this pulls out as well, which is kind of cool. And then in the back is another one, and in there I have the buttonhole foot. These two magic things, which, if you lift the handle, they slide on here, like this. And you can drop the handle, and then magically, this is where the thread stand slides on. And lift this up. And then you have your thread stand. And up here we have the straight stitch plate. Up here we have the straight stitch plate, and then some extra spool holders in the bobbin winder. So there's that one. And then all the menus for the stitches, so I'll put that there for now. So let's fire up the beastie so you can see what it does. So we'll start from this side. The foot controller. Down there. And plug that in. And we have the knee controller, which goes here. Forward to make the knee controller accessible. Just putting that in the hole in the front. Although this machine also has the needle up and needle down position. You can see the knee controller there. And now we'll flick the beast on. You can see there's a little hole here. That's for the stylus. So I have two, one in the embroidery and one there. And you can shove it in there as necessary. Oh, it's got the candle wicking foot on it. So you can see it firing up. In fact, I might turn this a bit more towards you, which is awkward for me, but that's okay. We can tough it out. So I have reddish bobbin thread, or is that orange? Reddish, looks like. A bit hard to see that screen actually in the daylight, but it has hundreds and hundreds of stitches and loads of menus, like the Pfaff. It also has the IDT, but one of the major reasons I got this is for the sideways sewing. So let me see if I can zoom in. I've drawn the curtain, so that makes it a little easier to see the menus. But if you click down there, and it works on the finger, the main reason I got this machine, it's still a bit challenging to see the reflections, is actually this. This sort of Roman type stitch. Let's zoom in. That. I didn't really have that after I gave up my necky, and I wanted that because it's very flexible to use. But the other thing that I was really wanting to get this machine for was this. Oop. Which looks a little strange, the squares, but this is directional sewing, so I can sew on patches with north, south, east, and west. Okay, so what I'm going to do is press the play button. I'm going to press this button. That means it'll give me one cycle of this particular pattern. Now what is kind of nifty about this is that you can control the speed with which it's sewing. So this is the default speed, but I could slow it down if I felt it was a bit much, or speed it up as well. And you can see it automatically stopped, and that's where the play button comes in pretty cool. Then I can click the cut button and it will trim the stitch. So I like it. It's very quiet. I love the embroidery on it. It's lovely and quiet. Very nice indeed. So I will be doing more videos over time, but I thought it'd be fun to introduce you to my new baby, Pfaff Creative Vision. Bye for now.